Focus stacking. It's a photography technique that I use to blend multiple images together to form one sharp image of a subject. I usually use this for product photos, so it's clear to see what the item is in its entirety. I've been using my old Canon 5D Mark III for product photos, but it doesn't have any built-in tools to automatically capture multiple images at incremental focus distances. But I can do it manually inside Capture One with tethered shooting. With the tethering tools, I'm able to control the focusing and get those images manually and then blend them together. When I first went down the rabbit hole of trying to figure out focus stacking, I was doing everything in Photoshop and I thought I was doing something wrong because all of the photos that I would blend together would just have weird patches and blotches of fuzziness. Not everything was in focus. So I figured at the time something with my Sony camera settings was off. Then I stumbled upon Helicon Focus, and ever since I've switched to Helicon Focus, I've had pretty much no issues. With the images that I put into it, I would pretty much get what I was looking for, a completely sharp image, none of the blotchy fuzziness that I would get inside Photoshop. With my Canon 5D Mark III, I want to go back and try in Photoshop to see if maybe somehow it was my Sony camera settings, or if something has updated in Photoshop where it's working properly now, or if Helicon Focus is still the best choice for me to do these types of focus stacking images. Right now I have a few objects set up in the scene. I have a couple small trinkets from Peru, and I have a Pikachu Kakashi from Taiwan. These objects are placed at different distances from the camera, and that should be an example of the different focusing planes and the depth of field that you would get. If everything works as intended, I should be able to get one final blended image where all three objects are in focus and tack sharp inside Helicon Focus, and hopefully also in Photoshop. So to begin, I'm going to start focusing on the closest object to the camera, and it'll be this little cow figurine. I'm going to try to find the general focus for this creature. Then I want to start a little bit in front. So if I go all the way to the left, it's out of focus, and then as I go right, I blow past the focus of all the different objects. I'll zoom into the cow first and try to figure out where the front focus is. So right now the focusing is somewhere in front of the cow, and then I eventually want to get behind the furthest object, which would be this corner of this Pikachu stand. With doing focus stacking, I'm going to want to make sure that I take enough photos where the focus plane gradually moves from the front to the back, so there's enough overlapping data for the software to blend everything together. So right now, it's somewhere towards the front. It looks like it's at the edge of the workbench. So I'll take a photo, and then I'll just move forward one at a time with the double arrow focus adjustment. I think we're way behind the final object, and I think even past the focusing plane of the black backdrop. As we scroll through the images that were taken, you can see the very subtle shift of the focusing of each image. I'll export these 18 images and then I'm going to load them into Photoshop and Helicon Focus. Load files into stack. I will now go into Auto Blend Layer Stack Images. Let's take a look. So this is some of the examples that I was talking about, that blurry blotchiness. So that detail is just gone in the table. I think it's a little bit hard. Oh, you see around the Pikachu here, there's just a lot more of this smoothing look. Let me go ahead, undo. Let me try. just unchecking both and seeing what happens. So it still does a bit of that strange smoothing. Let's go back into Helicon Focus and then open images. And we'll try the weighted average with radius and smoothing turned down to 1. See how that looks. And then we'll also do pyramid with smoothing down to 1. So you do see, I think, a little bit of that smoothing around these characters, but it's nothing like the Photoshop version where there's details of the workbench just completely gone and just completely smoothed out. And then you still get most of the texture on this back black board and not a lot of the smoothing that you see on the Photoshop auto blend. Even though Photoshop has updated to 27, at least with the blending of images, it still does the same thing that I previously ran into when I was attempting focus stacking for the first time. With Helicon Focus, for the first time I noticed around the edges of the objects that I have, there may be some smoothing or blurring that was similar to the Photoshop behavior, but it wasn't as egregious as it was with the Photoshop images. Like, I don't know why it's struggling with not the main object, but the workbench. If you've been trying out focus stacking inside Photoshop and you've been trying to figure out why you're getting these weird behaviors of just random smoothing of the image, it's probably not your images that you're taking that's causing the issue. It could just be Photoshop itself. And I would say give Helicon Focus a try. You can try for free. This is in no way paid by Helicon Focus. It's just something that I use that I wanted to share and wanted to make a quick short video on this topic. Give it a try. Let me know if I'm doing anything wrong inside Photoshop or if you're having the same issues as well. So far, Helicon Focus has just been the easiest way for me to do any sort of product focus stacking imagery. Let me know if you have any other thoughts. Leave a like if you like this video, and if you can, I'd love it if you subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video.